Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. A massive spike in cases here in Kentucky. Governor Beshear announced 625 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 today, the largest one-day total so far. But nearly half of those, 309, are connected to one place, the Green River Correctional Facility in Muhlenberg County. There are also 14 new deaths, bringing the state's total to 275. Tonight, Kentucky inches closer to lesser restrictions on everyday life. Today, Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, held an hour-long meeting with health officials on COVID-19 in Appalachia. WYMT's Will Puckett listened in and has more.
Steve, there are a handful of aspects that go into eastern Kentucky's relatively low numbers, from our natural barriers like our mountains to some drastic social distancing measures. All of those were discussed in today's nearly hour-long call. 60 minutes of discussion over how the region is handling the virus.
Some of the things that we have maybe felt were holding us back a bit as far as moving forward economically and after the decline in the coal industry, some of those things that have held us back actually helped protect us in a way during this pandemic.
They said we hit a possible peak last week. Now local health officials say steps taken plus intense contact tracing are to credit.
Where we ask the individual to try to think about every place you've been and every person you've come in contact with during the last 2 weeks, because basically we're seeing that that's the amount of time, the incubation period, that you could have had COVID-19 and actually been shedding the virus and impacting others for 2 weeks before you test positive.
Now as we move forward towards opening up, the stress is on making sure the restrictions that are still in place are followed so that we limit the possibility of a spike as we reopen.
None of this is meant to be punitive. The last thing we want to happen is us to get going and us ramp up our economy again and get people coming in, and we see a huge spike in positive cases and deaths, and we have to put the brakes back on. That can cause more harm to our economy than what we're doing right now.
A massive information, but a stress on slow and steady wins the race. Now, Dr. Riggs and Lockard both mentioned that this is not a light switch that you can turn on and off. It's more of a dimmer. You slowly turn it up. The importance of doing this methodically and gradually is of the utmost importance, of course, to limit that possible fall spike.
All right, Will, thank you. COVID-19 has been especially hard on people in nursing homes. About half the deaths in the state are linked to long-term care facilities. Earlier today, we talked to Governor Beshear and asked him if he could see a time later this year when people could visit their loved ones face to face.
By the end of the year, do I believe that we'll have some form of limited visitation? Yes. But in this first stage of reopening the economy, we're all going to go from, in me and my family, a set of 4 contacts to a set of 30 or 40-something contacts, which means that then going to one of those facilities might even be a little more dangerous. So we got to keep making sure that we protect those around us, but we also got to make sure that we have ways to connect with parents and grandparents that are in those facilities.
One of the hardest hit nursing homes in the state is Jackson Manor. Today, health officials reported 2 more deaths there, both women. One is 70 years old, the other is 95. That brings the total deaths at Jackson Manor to 11. At least 53 cases of COVID-19 have been connected to that nursing home. The first day of COVID-19 drive-through testing has come to a close at Pikeville Medical Center. The hospital, in partnership with the Pike County Health Department, is allowing free tests to the public. The tests are available in the parking area of the former Jerry's building. No registration is required. The site is open from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. or until the daily maximum of 70 tests is reached. That happened at around 1:30 today.
It has been a constant flow of cars all day. This morning when we opened up, there was about 14 cars in line, and we'll be open again tomorrow at 8 a.m.
The partnership plans to provide 250 tests to the area each week, which is more in 1 week than the hospital was previously able to provide in the months leading up to this partnership.
It's very soggy and stormy start to your Tuesday, but we're starting to at least dry out a little bit. However, we are hanging on to those gloomy skies. We're going to take you up to the front porch camera over at WYMT. You see those cloudy skies over there. Some of us have seen maybe a few breaks in the clouds today, but other than that, we've seen those gloomy conditions, and those look really to continue heading into tomorrow. Satellite and radar shows those scattered rain chances we've seen really throughout the afternoon, and like I said, a few breaks in the clouds, especially down into parts of the Cumberland Valley. We still have this low pressure system just really just moving over our southern part, and that warm front nosing in a little bit, which is why areas down along that Tennessee-Kentucky border have been a little bit on the warmer side for today, but this low pressure system will continue to provide scattered rain chances tonight and even as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures expected only to get into about those lower 50s tomorrow. Going to be pretty chilly in the mountains. We'll see those scattered showers continue as we head throughout the day. And you're going to see that here as we head into future view. You see those scattered chances continuing tonight and into tomorrow. Temperatures look to drop into about the low to mid 40s. So a little bit of a chilly night, but we have more chilly nights ahead. You see by noon, we're still dealing with some of those showers throughout the area. Those continue into the afternoon hours. There's those temperatures getting into about the lower 50s. But you see that clearing right around 5 o'clock back towards Lexington and Louisville. And that'll move into our area throughout the overnight hours. We will clear out and cool off. Temperatures will drop into the mid 30s. It's going to get pretty chilly. Wouldn't be surprised to see a frost advisory and maybe even a freeze warning for our friends over there into West Virginia, as they're expected to get closer to about those lower 30s. We do warm up though heading into your Thursday, though. We do fall back down Friday and Saturday and warm back up a little bit Sunday, but compared to that average high, we are way below average heading into the first really full week of May. And as you look into the weekend, though, we continue those cooler temperatures, lower 50s. We do see that sunshine, though, Saturday and Sunday. However, I think Sunday into Monday, we could bring back a few more scattered rain chances. So just you might want to get the heat or turn the heat back on and get those blankets back out again, because it's looking like it's going to get pretty chilly heading into the next few nights. Steve?
All right, Paige, thank you very much. We'll be right back.